She stood at the heart of the dazzling gala, her laughter echoing as though no shadows lingered in her world. Her gown, adorned with sequins, caught the chandelier light, scattering tiny rainbows across the room. A champagne flute gleamed in her hand, and the colleagues surrounding her were spellbound by her effortless allure. To them, she was perfection, poised, invincible, the epitome of triumph. But when she reached into her clutch in the midst of the evening, her fingers froze. Nestled among her possessions was a ring, gold, simple, engraved with the date of our wedding vows. The same ring she'd insisted was lost 6 months prior. Then she found the note tucked beside it, bearing 2 words. I know. Her gaze swept the crowd, wild and desperate, like a creature cornered by a predator. Her breath caught, her smile vanished, and in that instant, her carefully crafted mask shattered. The charade she'd maintained for months was finished. Our marriage had spanned 6 years. We met in the academic halls of graduate school where she was the shining star, driven, razor-sharp, magnetic. I was the quiet observer, more attuned to people than textbooks. She said that's what drew her to me, my ability to see her for who she was. Maybe I did once. Together we forged a life, a shared apartment, a dream of building a consultancy, a future we promised would be built on truth. Or so I thought. The cracks emerged slowly, like fissures in a foundation you don't notice until it's too late. Late-night meetings she labeled strategy sessions. A phone suddenly guarded by a passcode. A new perfume lingering on her skin. The shift from warmth in her speech. I saw it all, but love blinds you. Or perhaps it binds you to a version of someone who no longer exists. The night it all unraveled was ordinary. She left her laptop open. A rare slip for someone so meticulous. I wasn't looking for secrets, but sometimes the universe delivers truths you didn't seek. An email thread carelessly forwarded revealed her with Jared, a colleague. Attached were photos, a hotel reservation, a selfie of them laughing in bed, her wearing a shirt I knew was mine. I didn't shout or sob. I closed the laptop, poured a drink, and sat in silence until the sun rose. That was the last night I felt powerless. She didn't know I knew, and that was my edge. I became distant but not aloof, calm but watchful. While she planned her next liaison, I waged a silent war. I collected evidence meticulously, emails, texts, cloud backups. I hired a private investigator, discreet and thorough, who uncovered their hidden apartment, rented under the pretense of project work. Every detail was cataloged. Dates, places, images. Her arrogance made it simple. She grew sloppy, believing I was clueless. Within 3 weeks, I uncovered something worse. A trail of funds siphoned from our joint business account. Small amounts disguised within project invoices, funneled to a shell company owned by Jared. She wasn't just betraying me as a wife. She was stealing from me as a partner. I didn't confront her. I played the devoted spouse, making her breakfast, kissing her goodbye as she left for him. But I was no longer her husband. I was her shadow biding my time. It took 4 months to build an ironclad case, enough to destroy them both. I chose the perfect stage. Her company's annual retreat held at a lavish estate owned by one of Jared's friends. The event was extravagant, steeped in pretension, where every glance was calculated. I wasn't invited, of course, but I didn't need to be there. She carried the clutch I'd given her last Christmas, never changing its lock code. A critical mistake. An hour into the gala, as she sipped cocktails and boasted about her new role, a staff member returned her bag with a polite smile. Inside, she found the ring she'd claimed was lost and the note I'd hidden in the lining. Those 2 words, I know, carried the weight of her downfall. As she stood frozen in the crowd, I was parked 2 blocks away, watching her panic through the lens of a borrowed drone camera. The next morning, the consequences began to unfold. Her inbox along with Jared's was forwarded to HR, the board, and his wife. The embezzlement evidence was sent to a financial crimes investigator, an old friend who owed me a favor. By noon, both were suspended. By the end of the week, they were fired, their firm issuing a statement about maintaining integrity. I filed for divorce the next day, armed with proof of her infidelity and fraud. The prenup she'd insisted on, ironic now, voided her claim to our shared assets in cases of betrayal. She left with nothing. Not the apartment, not the business, not the ring. She tried to reach me, her calls relentless, her messages begging for a chance to explain. I didn't respond. I sent her a copy of the prenup clause instead. The media never caught wind of the scandal. That wasn't the revenge I wanted. I sought a quieter collapse, the kind that unfolds behind closed doors, where no one cheers but everyone watches. Jared fled to another city, his marriage destroyed, his professional license under review. She still sends emails sometimes, wordless, heavy with desperation. I never reply. I don't feel sorry for her. Her betrayal taught me something I didn't know about myself. I am not weak. Betrayal doesn't break you, it sharpens you. Some say revenge is petty, but they've never felt the agony of having their world gutted by someone they trusted. I regret nothing. She opened her clutch that night, expecting another evening of triumph.